It is approaching the very middle of winter, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing to do in the garden and landscape. Let's talk about the things that need to get done during the month of January in the landscape. Number one would be pruning mistletoe out of trees. So it's really hard to see the mistletoe when all the leaves are on the trees, but once the leaves drop, it becomes very evident where that is, and you can use a pole saw to go ahead and cut those big clumps of mistletoe out of the trees. Number two, and this is very important, is now is the time to transplant trees, shrubs, and perennials. And when I say transplant, I mean digging them up from one place and moving them to another. I have people every year in the spring and summer asking if they can transplant plants during that time, but those are the absolute wrong times to do it because it needs to be done when those plants are dormant if you want to have a good chance of success while doing it. Number three is tree trimming. This is a really nice time to do tree trimming because it's less stressful for the trees. It's not the only time you can cut trees by any means, but wintertime is a great time to do it. Number four would be cutting back your perennial grasses and perennials. Now this doesn't have to get done in the month of January, but it does need to get done before they begin growing in the springtime because you don't want the new growth to be mixed in with that old dead growth from the previous year. And number five would be to start planning your vegetable garden for 2023. So here in North Texas, we actually start planting onions in the late part of January. So it's time to start thinking about where you're gonna go, getting your beds prepped. And if you're starting things from seeds, make sure you study when to start those for your specific region. So before you get stuck in the winter blues, find a nice day where the weather's not terrible and start thinking about these 5 things to get ready for the next year. And make sure you are following for more tips like this.